All right, we're beginning.
Do you have some ibuprofen?
My head hurts,
Hey,
guys.
guys, I gotta go get the sun real quick.
The sun?
Yeah. The sun kissed him.
No, just the actual sun, like the one that's in the sky right now.
All right,
The sun.
cease your tomfoolery.
Can you put it back afterwards, just so the world doesn't get too cold?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll get it for 8 minutes.
Yay! Longer than last time.
In pain.
The train roars through the dark. We pass through the dark countryside of Sunwich. We can see the beacon, both being the capital city's name itself, Beacon of Sunwich, and a shining light in the endless dark. It is here where Claire, Severance, and Tar have made themselves comfortable in their cabin, getting some rest. If you guys are not fully rested up and your health restored, now is the time to restore that. I think
Why
at
not
this
later?
point, here at about 9:30, 9:45-ish p.m., you guys are approaching the city very slowly. Do you guys talk to each other here at all before your arrival?
I think amidst the ride, Severance has probably taken out her book, her Lord of the Wing book, and it's been reading that.
Oh yeah.
I imagine this train has windows.
Yes, there are windows that look out towards the countryside of Sunwich, which are like rolling hills for miles and miles. There's occasionally the vineyard you can see. Unlike Ulrich, Sunwich is more or less a farming country.
Okay. I think that's just what Tar's doing, is just staring out.
Yeah, I think Claire would probably do the same thing.
Claire, I actually have a question for you, because I'm not sure
Okay.
if this was ever really determined. I believe your father was some kind of soldier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was he from Ulrich or Sunwich?
I would just say, just from like the setting, probably from Sunwich.
Okay, so I think as you pass by these hills, you're reminded of the stories your father would tell you in those early days of the Pact War, where they did hold their ground against the NBO for a few hours before they were stomped. And this hillside reminds you of that. The stories of him hiding from soldiers. Just this whole trip is kind of conveying those memories back to you a little bit.
Okay.
Is there anything else before you guys arrive in the city?
I wouldn't think so. I kind of tried everything last session that I wanted to do.
Okay. All right.
Do you guys have anything?
Eventually, the train comes to a stop. Oh, that's quotes. Whoops. That could have been bad. And the train slides in to the beacon station. Sort of in this underground type building. The crowd on the train shuffles off. I guess, what do you guys do?
I figure I also shuffle off the train.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys come out onto this sort of platform. There's like a little bridge that goes up and over and then out of this building. You can see large windows that are kind of beset upon the ground that allow you to look out into the city from this main entrance point. Despite it being still like kind of late at night, trains are active 24/7, and there's a bit of a crowd. As you guys exit this train, another crowd like shambles onto it. You guys see notably Sunwich guards. This is the first time you guys are seeing them. They are dressed in this clean gold, and they're kind of overlooking this entire situation, golden spears in hand, just kind of keeping an eye out for everybody. The architecture here in this train station reflects that of most of the city. Pristine whites, marble tiles, unnecessarily detailed statues of random individuals. This is a city of opulence, and even this train station seems to beset that upon you. The first thing you see reflecting the rest of this gilded city that lies before you.
Hmm.
Okay. And we're just currently inside the train station.
Yes,
right?
yeah, and there's like a stairwell that kind of goes up and out of this building. You can also like, I think there's maybe like a diner here if you guys wanted to stop and get food.
Mm.
So real quick, let me semi like out of character. So we've talked that the Crucible is like a witch hunting society, right?
Yes, yeah, I think Severance, you would know this. You've done work with them before. The Crucible is a special organization that operates out of Sunwich that is mainly a group of witch hunters who have dedicated themselves to both the worship of Orion and the practice of stopping and branding witches.
Did Severance possibly know where they are located?
You can roll a history check for me.
Okay. Okay, so first nat 20 of the day.
Nat 20. Severance, with a natural 20, you know that Sunwich is built like a series of spirals, a series of discs, each on different layers. And the higher you are up in the city, the closer you are to Orion. So, namely, of course, the Crucible is going to be in the innermost disc, the tallest disc, the one closest to the heavens. And it's also on that disc that the main church of Orion, this large ivory tiled tower that reaches towards the sky, lies in that district of the city as well.
Okay.
And that tower you can see for miles. I think you saw it long before you even like got near the city.
Okay.
Oh.
Unless the others want to eat, Severance maybe just look at them and then start heading that way to the Crucible.
Okay. Claire and Tar.
Or just follows.
Okay.
Well, I can't really eat anything there, so I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay. Can you all roll a quick perception check?
Yeah.
Are there any modifiers to perception?
Yes, perception.
On your
Okay.
sheet, yeah.
My bad, Pam.
6
Okay.
smiles.
I got a 22.
Hell yeah, Claire.
I got
wait,
a
seven,
dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so I think Severance is leading the way. Severance knows where she's going. it's maybe been a minute since you've been in Sunwich, so it's taking you a second to remember the city, remember the route, and so you're leading the way. And I think you guys head through the city, like past a small farmer's market that's like definitely closed, and it's in this darkness that Claire and Tar hear a shuffling from behind them. I want to set the scene here a little bit deeper. You're in this closed down farmer's market, beset between homes and businesses that are also closed because it is nighttime. And I think maybe a board falls over and there's some shuffling from behind you guys that draws Tar and Claire's attention, but Severance doesn't hear it.
I'm gonna turn around and walk back, kind of retrace my steps.
As you turn around, you see sort of a blur of somebody running. You hear them say under their breath, "Shit."
Okay, I'm gonna start like bolting at them.
Okay, go ahead and roll an athletics check for me, Claire.
Oh, perfect. Okay, hold on. I got a 16.
You go running past, some like tarp just blows in the wind as you run by, your supernatural speed allowing you to catch up to your target. You see a face you recognize who turns and looks at you a little bit afraid. This is Marana. Do you remember Marana, Claire?
Yeah.
You see she kind of looks at you, and she's not saying anything exactly.
I tell her, what are you doing?
As you ask that, she pulls out a pair of handcuffs from her back, draws her flintlock pistol at you. It looks like I'm arresting you, Claire. Put your hands up.
Uh-oh.
Do I see any of this happening?
Yes, Tar, you saw it. Severance wasn't paying attention. You saw Claire go booking it away from you guys. Like booking it around a corner.
Okay, I'm gonna run after.
I think at
and
that
like
point-
try and like pull Sev.
Okay, hell yeah. Severance, Tar grabs your arm, you turn and see Tar like booking it in a direction.
I figured that Tar was dragging me, but
Yes,
okay,
yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
running.
You guys go around the corner and you see this character as well, who kind of like tilts a brow as you approach.
Severance immediately draws her gun.
Put the weapon down, ma'am.
She kind of like glances at Claire and glances back at Marana.
Marana
Does-
like moves the cuff to like her pinky finger and then draws a badge. It looks like it is a Port Authority guard badge.
Does Marana recognize me?
Yes.
Yes, girl, she's trying to arrest you.
Oh, okay. You know, I just remembered the fact that she, okay. I think Claire would probably take a step back and then draw her weapon to try to fight back.
Marana says, "Listen, you really don't want to do this, all right? Just come with me. I have some questions about 7 girls who went missing."
I ask her, what happened? 7 girls?
You don't remember?
No.
She kind of like furrows her brow. You helped me with the case. There was a vampire pack in the area? She kind of like lowers her gun a bit. You're one of the lead suspects, Claire.
Okay. Out of character, I wasn't that like at the very beginning.
Yes, it was at
that
the
was
very
your
beginning of the
solo session.
game. You were passing
Yeah, I
through
remember
a
that
town.
now. It's like, did Claire really have something to do with the disappearance of these girls, though? I don't.
No.
No. Okay.
You're just
Okay,
the
I'm
lead
just-
suspect in the case.
So what? Just so I can refresh us, because I know it's been a while. You went through that
Right.
town. You were trying to track down Natalia, and the pack that
Oh.
Natalia was with was feeding on people and leaving a trail that led to them. You helped Marana a little bit, but as far as she knows, you just disappeared.
Okay. Um. Oh God, I don't. Hmm. I think
The
I
Ambrose, no? Like, the actual truth would be that Yandro Ambrose was behind it.
like tell her that.
I think that would work.
Okay.
That is, like, I think true from what I remember.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna look at Marana and then I kind of tell her in like a low voice. I actually know who's really behind this.
You see she
It's
kind of like puts the cuffs back. What did you find out?
um it's this I don't know. Should I say Ambrose or Noctis?
Ambrose, because
That's
that's
his
Okay.
at least
legal name.
that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also specifically what the vampire said, I believe.
Okay. It is this guy called Yandril Ambrose. He's he's been doing a lot of bad things, and I knew someone that was involved with him that led to all these killings.
She kind of looks at you, a little dumbfounded. And have you taken care of him?
That's what we're trying to do.
We're in the process of doing that right now.
She holsters her gun. If this man is responsible for the vampire attacks, then he's responsible for the death of my family.
Your family?
Yes. Um, in that string of attacks, I mean, my sister, primarily, died. She was one of the victims. She was all I had left.
Lowers her gun and holsters hers.
I see. I'm so sorry.
So you say you're working on it. Um,
He's a sire
It's
vampire.
yeah.
I'm not sure I know what that means.
Mm.
So it's like kind of like looks up in thought as if like how to explain it. They're essentially stronger than like lord vampires. They can't be killed by normal means. They have to be killed a very specific way, with a very specific item or weapon per se.
Right. Okay. Um, do you intend on just killing him?
Trevor's like glances to the side like kind of awkwardly before she looks back. Yes.
I mean, he needs to face justice.
I
Yeah. Death is the justice. Why should he
No.
continue to live after what he's done?
Uh, he needs a court date and a prison sentence. Death would be too quick of an end for him.
Oh, trust me, I won't make it quick.
Severus nods.
Look, if
with the time
if the three of you are intending killing my lead suspect now, I'm gonna have to stop you.
I try to explain to her with the type of person he is, I think he would be able to get out of prison. Like he's a lot stronger than you think. He could he could escape under your watch. I just don't trust him. He needs to die.
She kind of makes a furrowed brow. I'm not gonna let my sister's murderer get away with death so easily.
Well, unless you want to meet her, I suggest you leave it alone.
And she kind of looks at the three of you, and she appears to be sizing the three of you up.
Can I roll intimidation while she's doing that?
Yeah.
25.
Holy shit. She takes one quick look at your eye, and something about it sets her off. Right. She looks conflicted. Let's just say I forgot you were here. We never saw each other.
Well.
And you should know, Claire. You see Marana pulls out a small little roll, like a roll of paper, and hands it to you.
Okay, I unravel the paper.
This is a wanted poster for you, Claire, for assault on an NBO officer.
Uh, does it? How much is the bounty?
12,000 green ember.
Damn. Okay.
I don't
Um,
intend on taking you in for that. I looked into the situation myself. The guy had it coming. But just know that if you find yourself around the NBO, I would be a bit more careful. It was easy to track you down, Claire.
I kind of just I stare at her like with my brows furrowed. I don't really say anything, and I put the paper away.
Here's hoping we don't run into each other again. And she turns and like makes a peace sign and walks away.
Oh. A peace sign. Okay.
Damn, girl.
Hmm.
Well,
I think I don't. I think Claire would probably take the poster out and hand it to Severance.
Severance takes it.
I'm just like, take a look at this.
What do you guys do now?
I don't know much more to say. On
Yeah, no.
everything. Well, I won't let anyone take you either way.
Thank you. I'll probably take the paper back. Mm. We need to start getting out of here.
Severance nods. As he begins to lead the way again.
Okay.
Okay.
After about a good 15-minute walk, you get a good grasp of this city, I think. White tiled walls with vines, tomato plants hanging in windows. This place, despite the architecture being marble and stone, it is still very lush. A lot of home gardens, a lot of like rooftop agriculture. It's clear the people here are very fruitful, and they seem to be rather wealthy as well. There's a lot of gold trimming and a lot of care put into this place. Eventually, as you pass this peaceful, bountiful city, you come across something that reminds you a bit more of Ulrich. The one brooding piece of architecture that sticks out like a sore thumb in this circular city of opulence. The Crucible. Large iron fences blocking off a college campus type building of sorts, with dark gray bricks and tall towers that look like old wizard towers of tales long forgotten. And outside this front gate, there stands two guards, resolute, in kind of this white and gold armor. There is a picture of these guys in Faces We Know. Let me actually go ahead and just forward them into the chat. There you go. Two of them stand ready at the front entrance of the Crucible. I think there's like a small garden courtyard entrance that like leads up to the front of the building. There are also these strange floating spheres that appear to also have golden like livery and trim, and they're kind of just floating around back and forth. As you approach, the guards kind of turn to you.
Severance kind of like does a small bow to them before she goes to move past.
They do not open the gate for you. One of them speaks. State your business, traveler.
I'm here on the whole. We have a bigger monster situation that we are needing a particular weapon for.
The guards kind of look at
Weird.
each other. You see one of those floating orb things comes over to you guys. There is this golden light, almost like a square, a rectangular cube of sorts that surrounds the three of you, and its light goes up and down. The box closes in around Severance. It goes red, and it like highlights the Sigic language. One of the guards turns and he draws out this small puck from the back of his armor, throws it on the ground. This orange orb expands around Severance. The guards point. Before anything else happens, though, you see somebody I think you recognize, Severance. You've done work for the Crucible before, right?
Yes, most likely.
When you've done work for them, I think you've either had to report to or ran something by this guy, but he is a higher up. You recognize this man as Councilman Raynor. I will put him in Faces We Know. This is an elven man with like this long, opulent white robe with like these cords of gold, a dozen like seals on his shoulder. I think he even has like a golden pauldron, long blonde hair. He looks exhausted, and he is almost like power walking towards the gates, and he's holding up a hand, and he says, "Wait, let her in!" The guards turn. The gates open at like a movement of his hand. The puck shuts off, and the orb thing continues about its business. Behind him run like 5 guards following him, rushing to keep up with him.
Severance does a bow to him. Councilman, is good to see you.
He takes a curtsy, and he says, "Severance, I've been awaiting your arrival, actually. Please come with me. There's something we need to discuss."
She tilts her head curiously and looks back at Claire and Tar, but goes to follow him.
Okay. Hell fucking yeah. Let's go, dude. Give me 1 second. Oh, I was about to put on like stormy ambiance. We're not there anymore. We aren't in Auric. Shit, I'm sorry, Chad. Okay, it's fine. This will be fine. You guys walk through the main entrance hall. This grand dark hallway that opens up. This is more like a college than anything. Like there's a front admissions desk with like a dozen books behind a front clerk. There is dozens of guards like walking to and fro, even in the night. Some people being arrested. Magic items in like large glass cases being carried by guards like upstairs. Raynor walks and he talks with you guys. Who are your friends here, Severance?
This is Claire and Tar.
Claire,
They are
Tar?
helping me with. Yes.
I look at him and I say, it's nice to meet you.
Believe me, pleasure's mine. What was that you were about to say, Severance? They're helping you.
With my mission in Ulrich currently.
You have a mission in Ulrich, as I suspected. What, pray tell, is your mission? And he's like walking down these long hallways with like this lush velvet carpet.
We are handling a sire vampire that is trying to collect stones to black out the sun.
He raises a brow at that. Interesting. You seek our aid.
I am needing a celestial blade.
A celestial blade. Perhaps the archivists will know more. I could send you towards Archimedes. But first, there's something a bit more prevalent. He leads you through these large doors into his private study. As you guys walk in, he closes it, and he actually, like, shuts the door with this large, like, bar and, like, slides this code lock into it. It hums with golden magic. In his private study, we see a window that overlooks Sunwich below. We see a large, like, writing desk. We also see this, like, giant chalkboard with notes and arrows and, like, lines connecting a bunch of things. Scribbled notes that aren't exactly, like, understandable entirely. And he kind of turns and looks to the three of you. Right. Again, it is good to see you, Severance. And Claire, Tar, it is my pleasure to meet you. He kind of like takes a squint and a closer look at you, Severance. And he seems to be like staring at your eye. Do you recognize... Oh, sorry.
I think she just like kind of glances away awkwardly.
Do you recognize this symbol? And he runs over to the chalkboard, pulls a paper off, walks over, and shows you a sideways infinity sign.
May I ask why?
He kind of lowers the paper. I've been having these dreams as of late, these visions. I see a council draped in black. I see judgment passed. I see a tide of blood rising. I see a coin flipped. I see salvation in the darkness. I see a warrior steadfast. And this symbol again and again.
As he's kind of saying this, Severance has kind of brought her hands to her chest and seems to shrink a little and take a step back from him. Those are quite dreams.
He walks over to the window, looking down at the city. I believe these aren't just dreams, Severance. I believe these are visions from the god Orion. A prophecy of times to come. He's preparing me for something, and I'm not sure what it means. But I thought I recognized that emblem, and he holds back up the paper to your face, side by side. It's you, isn't it?
Severance, I think now Claire and Tor are seeming to realize, is that
Yeah.
she looks very uncomfortable and a bit scared almost. I don't know what you're talking about.
This symbol, this vision of a warrior, that has to be you, and it's only showing that days later you arrive at my front door asking for my help.
Tar kind of gets up and kind of steps in front of him. surprise delay. You gotta step back a little bit.
Okay.
Can't you see you're making her uncomfortable?
He takes a step back. My apologies, good Severance. And he, like, gives you a bit of a kneel. It's just, my whole life I've dedicated to Orion. To protecting his people, protecting the city. Protecting any that would smear his name. And here, he calls to me. For the first time, he speaks to me in dreams.
I don't know.
I see a war coming, Severance. And I see you at its center.
I would hope that there isn't a war. I don't know what any of this means.
I don't
I
either.
don't think that this has anything to do with me. I don't know. She steps further back from him.
He kind of gets up and he goes to move towards you, reaching on a hand. You're the key to all of this, don't you understand? Whatever these dreams I'm having, it's involved with you. What does this mean, Severance?
I don't know. I don't know what any of this means. I'm just here to kill Yandrel.
I think you know more than you're letting on. You know something about this symbol, don't you? Why your eye looks like that? Why you would be in these visions?
I don't know any of this. I don't know anything.
Can you roll a deception check?
Oh,
Oh no.
where's my perception? Oh, that's a 3.
He kind of moves forward even further. I think going past Tar at this point. You know, don't you?
Tar's
Tar, what would you like to do?
I was gonna put my hand on his shoulder and kind of like squeeze it tight and pull him a little bit back.
You grab his shoulder, and the second you squeeze, he like takes his arm and brushes you off. I need you to make a lean check for me.
Gotcha. Lean. That is a 19.
With a 19, you feel this gust of magic trying to push you back, but I think you're steadfast enough that you aren't moved.
So what you're expecting of me?
I want you to tell me what this symbol means. Why you would be tied to Orion, to the gods.
I don't know either. I'm being honest.
But you know more, don't you? Where the symbol comes from?
It's from Ulrich, I believe.
Ulrich. He goes over. He like, he's trying to get out of your grasp, Tar, to move over to the chalkboard. Do you let go?
Is it visibly clear that he's moving away from Severance now?
Yeah.
Okay, I let go.
He rushes over. He writes something on the chalkboard. Ulrich may hold the key. Orion, I will not fail you.
Servants left out like a breath,
He turns
like
again.
almost like a relief.
I apologize for my manic state. It's just these dreams have been haunting me for days now. My God speaks to me and I must answer his call. Do you know what it's like to reach out to the altar and to be blessed with the presence of a deity?
Yes.
I do not.
As you say that, Tar, he turns and looks. Surely you're joking.
No, but I'm not telling you who.
He kind of tilts his head a bit, and he kind of squints his eyes. Okay. Right, enough of this. I've intruded too much on why you're here. The Celestial Blade, you say, to kill a sire vampire. Like I said, our archivist might know something of that. Archimedes, he's in the main library. If I might ask a bit more about what's happening, maybe I can give some more resources to your fight.
All I quite know is that it's his name is General Ambrose. He is also going by Noctis. He's seemingly using blood rot to strengthen himself. I had stuck him with a stake, but because of blood rot, he was able to pull it out.
A vampire overcoming its weaknesses. Noctis? You said Noctis?
Shino.
Why does that name sound familiar? He rushes over to his desk, and he grabs a journal, and he begins to flip through it. That's right! I take account of all those who come to see me, for the purposes of if I were ever assassinated or anything like that. A handful of years ago, about 25 years ago, there was a man named Noctis who came here, asking me for a perfect place to build something, underground. I have the address I gave him here, and he, rips it out of the journal. It seems like he built something here about 30 years back. Maybe it's important.
Severance takes it into her hands. You said you had talked to them, right?
Yes, he said he was looking for a place that could withstand magical barrage. A place far from humanity, a place isolated, a place desolate, somewhere safe.
Was he wearing green robes and an iron gold mask?
He was, I believe. Kind of odd.
Right. And she tucks the paper into her bag. I thank you. He has been causing a lot of disappearances and killings of innocent civilians.
If you're hunting him, I would say visiting that place as fast as possible is your best bet.
Alright. Thank you so much.
And Severance, if you think of anything at all, please tell me. It seems that you are upon the precipice of destiny, Severance.
She shrinks a bit when he says that. My destiny is my own. From my own hand. So we will see what happens, I guess.
Oh yeah. Tar and Claire, is there anything you want to talk to Councilman Raynor about?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Hell yeah. Do you guys leave this room?
Well, I mean, he has to undo the padlock, doesn't
Oh,
he?
that's true. He walks over, he undoes it. Feel free to come back anytime.
Where can we find the archivist?
He should be in the main library downstairs.
Alright. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And she speed walks out the room.
Tar,
Yes?
you find an additional teacup in your hands. There is a small note, almost like a fortune cookie, inside, like the fortune cookie notes inside the teacup.
Oh, no. Oh,
Do
no.
you read it?
Yeah.
The fortune cookie note says, I like that girl more and more every day.
What?
Wait,
What? What the?
Okay, wait. Who gave the note to Tar?
It just appeared in his hand, in like inside of a
Oh.
teacup.
She said she.
Okay.
Not like that.
And
What the
wait,
fuck? What the?
I don't know how to feel about this, but I put the teacup shard in my in my bag and put the note in my pocket.
Oh yeah.
We're getting a message from fucking Altisios being like, damn, she a baddie for real.
Not like that. He just liked what you had to say.
Just like, damn, she bad as hell. Yo, can you hit me up with your friend?
Holy shit. Okay.
Yo, hook me up with your friend.
You guys keep going through this building, through the hallways, and that's when something is going to happen. Holy fucking shit, actually. I need... Are we ready, chat?
Oh, I'm so ready. I never
so.
remember what I was gonna say.
I need to put on the appropriate music here. Cass, are you with us?
No, I've deceased.
Okay. We actually have a scene that we're going to be going to.
Do I get to feed loop on the third?
You do.
Oh, like actual like table plop?
Yes. We are going to
Oh,
the CR
okay.
scene.
Table.
Cur.
These
ooh.
guys actually aren't with you, because he didn't give you these guys. Things are normal
Ooh.
as we walk through the halls here, and then smashing of glass. And then a loud explosion in front of you guys. Smoke comes forth into the hall, and out from the smoke, we see a handful of Crow Network agents pouring
What are
out
these?
of the smoke.
What are these?
Uh,
What are
pay
these?
no mind
What's
to the shit over there.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the green circles are friendlies, right?
Typically yes.
They're not friendly to us, I guess.
What the fuck? Where did he go?
They're not our friends.
Hold on. Out from this smoke, there's some characters that we, the audience, recognize walking out. Firstly is Durakov, dressed in his Crow Network attire. There are several here drawing weapons. One guy has like a large rifle. And primarily, out from the smoke, we see Flos.
Wait.
No? Okay.
Hold
You
on.
don't see...
Which way are we supposed to be heading? That way or that way?
You don't know, actually.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay,
the
well,
group
I'm still in the fog
kind of
right
went
now.
that way. You're still in the fog. Okay. So I think, is it safe to assume we see a glowing green light in the fog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say
So we see in the center of this fog a glowing green light. As these agents go out and forward, Durakov, leading the charge, begins to shout orders. Claire, Tar, and Severance, you see this scene before you. What do you do?
Okay. So we see green in the fog, but we don't see like a figure or anything in
Oh,
the
you know
fog?
what? You guys see Floss's bracelet. And Floss, you see the other 3 bracelets in front of you as well.
She steps out.
Coming out from the fog, with a giant rocket launcher in hand, is Floss. What do you guys do?
Oh, I will
Okay.
mention, Austin,
Walk.
by the way, sometime in between last session and this session, I casted mending on my mask or whatever.
Fuck yeah.
But specifically, you know how there's what is it called? It's like the Japanese thing where they'll like repair like shattered tea sets with like gold and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the gold lines. Yeah, it's like one big gold crack down the middle.
I fuck with that. So here is Floss, and I think you're in that kit, right?
Yeah, with the Anorak armor.
Yeah,
the white,
so
the white
Kit,
Anorak armor. Or is
Cass,
it black? It's
sorry,
white or black,
Floss
I forget.
has this like white Anarok armor on with this, like, shattered in half, now repaired, Ravenkind mask, glowing green in these dark halls, coming out of the smoke.
Not to mention the giant fucking rocket launcher.
Yeah, the giant rocket launcher in hand.
Quick pause.
Yeah,
Can someone stream the table plot to Connor? I cannot. My stuff will explode.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, let me not stream my entire screen. Let me stream just Google. That...
What is every single thing you're doing?
I have a notepad full of grammarian spells.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay,
what
I
the
guess
fuck to do.
I guess I'll
I know what to do. I know what I'm
oh,
gonna
okay.
do.
I know that
Wait.
Severance has an idea.
I'm gentlemen. I may not have a plan, but I have an idea. No,
Severance.
am I doing first or?
So-
Okay.
Severance sees Floss come out from the fog, and I don't know if Floss sees Severance first, but Severance, normal or like kind of off-put expression, turns pissed. Floss! And she whips out her weapon and she starts running at Floss.
The weapon
What?
clunks down into its long form. Severance goes running. We're gonna roll for initiative.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
18.
man.
Confusing. That's very confusing, actually. I legitimately have no
Well-
idea. Hold on. There's no pluses.
You may have forgotten an important thing in your car and left
yeah,
it in
that.
front of a certain place.
Oh boy.
Oh, thanks,
Oh,
initiative. I
boy.
fucking guess. For deleting yourself, let me add myself to the initiative. Oh, great. Alright, well, I do have multiple things I can do.
Durkov
let
with
me-
God's shittiest initiative.
Why am I not in the initiative?
Because I
Oh,
just
okay.
reset it. Because
Just-
this was
Oh.
I repurposed this scene.
Okay.
Which Lucas noticed.
I did too. I just didn't say anything. I was like, uh-oh.
I think the music needs to be a bit more intense than this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a bonus action, okay. Oh, hey, I don't have that spell
I think it's
anymore.
gonna
That
be,
kind
like,
of sucks.
Crazy violent. No, maybe this is fine until like shit puffs off. Yeah.
Oh, is shit gonna pop off?
I don't know.
Oh god.
Good, like,
Okay.
You know what? Maybe this is more akin to the music we need. Sorry, bear with me. I just had to find a good track. Please wait 3 seconds. Okay. All right. Is that everybody in the initiative? Yes. All right, Severance, you're
Come on,
first up
thank you.
in the order. Talking is a free action. I will make that clear now.
Okay. So she already yelled Floss's name, and she immediately starts running over to Floss, ignoring everyone else. I'm going to hit Floss, or at least attempt to hit Floss with my cleaver first.
Okay.
there's a 25 hit.
If I tell you it's higher than that, it does a 32 hit.
Okay, so...
Does
can
that mean you
just
crit?
Can you run me by... Can you run me by what exactly just happened?
So, Severance will say
No,
in like a second.
No, I
Severance
mean
is
like, did
attacking.
you roll a nat 20 and then you're plus 12 or what? I just want to
So
know.
I
wanna know
have-
how.
So I have a 12 to my one-handed, and then one
Right.
of my items gives me also a +1 to one-handed, and I got a 19.
Okay. So you're telling me that unless you rolled a 1 or a 2, you would have hit me.
If it's like that, yeah.
Actually, no. If you had to have rolled a 1 to not hit me. I guess. Okay. Well, yes, it does hit. That is correct.
Okay. So that will be
What is the reaction that Flos has when Severance just comes running and yells her name?
Like utter complete fucking shock. Like I feel like it would have been noted that Floss didn't walk out of the fog like in a very like menacing demeanor or like all big and scary or whatever. I mean, like other than the giant rocket launcher, it was just kind of like Floss.
then. Okay, so that is 82 points of damage, 19 bleeding.
How many?
That is 82 points of damage overall, and then there will be 19 bleeding damage for 3 rounds.
Is that after, or is it like how much do I take right now?
Just 82.
Okay, so I'm on 26 LP.
Okay, what does this first hit look like?
Severance just like takes her cleaver and goes right across Floss's chest.
It scratches up that Anarok armor, cutting deep into your wounds. Durakov looks afraid as you take the wounds. The other Crow Network agents stand resolute. Is that your turn, Severance?
No.
Okay.
Before I make my next hit, Severance says, "You think you can turn me in and run off? I let one person get away. I'm not letting it happen again!" And then she will make her second attack with her hidden blade, which will be just... Let me double check real quick. This is another one-handed weapon, so that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that is...
Surely the hidden blade can't kill me.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Not the uh-oh.
Surely.
Um...
Surely the hidden blade doesn't drop me. Before my turn even starts. Surely Severance
You know
can't one-hit KO
One
NPC,
shot.
right?
One shot.
I'm...
Surely all of Lucas's characters are fair and balanced.
Surely Reliance is a perfectly balanced game with no issues
No
whatsoever.
flaws.
You know what?
No flaws.
I don't want to kill Floss, so I'm just gonna do that.
I mean, you can't kill like it's fight for your life, but
Yeah,
go
there's
ahead.
no insta kill in this game.
Because
would
without
say
any bleeding, because my next attack would also do bleeding. Right now I'm at 70.
The hidden blade does
because, like,
70.
It does 3d12, and then because
It
I'm
does
doing
3d12?
ambidextrous with 2 weapons, yes. And then with ambidextrous, if I attack with 2 weapons on the same turn, any damage dealt, if I do both weapon rolls, both of them get also 7d12.
Ref,
So-
do something.
Ref, do something.
That's crazy. Crazy.
No, but so if you use 2 weapons in the same turn, you get an additional 7d12 to both.
Yeah, that's what I talked about with Austin.
Did you-
Ref, is that how that worked?
Did you write
That's-
this?
I don't
No,
I
this
don't
is part of
remember.
tank.
Tank
This
shit?
is-
That
this
sounds
is
like some Liam tank shit, yeah.
I swear
Because
to God.
ambidextrous, you can add your hit die 7d12 to the damage dealt on both weapon rolls. This increases by another hit die every level from here on out. Because we thought originally that it was all of my hero levels, but it's only
Yeah,
my
okay,
tank
yeah.
level.
I want you to know, Lucas, I am not mad at you at all. I'm mad at the system. I'm mad at the game. I'm mad at the game. The
Okay.
game is pissing me off right now, but go ahead.
Because I'm like, I don't want to kill Floss.
is-
I want this to be a cool moment just between them.
Yeah.
So if it comes to like Floss is gonna die, I'm going to hold back. Because
Well,
I don't want Floss
I
to
have
die.
made it clear that character death is not on the table in this game, right? Like
Okay,
that's
okay.
What do
Blood
you mean
Wars.
it's not on the table? You're saying that I can't die?
I'm saying, well, I wouldn't say that. If you fuck around and find out, but okay. So this drops
So-
Floss down to fight for your life mode. That's what we're gonna call this, right?
Okay.
Yes.
What does this look like?
'Cause-
Severance does that big hit, says the thing, then out from her sleeve this hidden blade.
She goes for Floss's neck with that one.
I think there's a slit of blood that peels her neck, and that takes you down onto your knees, blood dripping down. Durakov, his fear turns to anger. Is that your turn, Severance?
Let me double check. That do I also add that bleeding damage as well to the original bleeding damage?
I honestly don't know.
Because it doesn't like. Okay. Okay. Effect cannot stack and must stop before reapplying. So Floss is just going to take. I think we said 19
Yes, the initial
bleeding
19.
damage. Okay. For 3 rounds.
But that will happen on, I assume, her turn for the next 3 rounds.
Or we can just say my turn every 3 rounds since I'm doing, or whatever you want to do. You're the DM.
In fight for your life mode, you are still conscious. You have 3 rounds to kill somebody or get picked up, Floss.
All right.
This brings us to Tar. Tar, you just see Severance go running. One cut, then a cut across the neck, and then Floss falls to her knees.
Okay, the party fight is real. I think Tar kind of gets onto on all fours and books it as fast as he can, and as he passes Severance, he's gonna yell, "I told you we'd deal with Floss later," as he attacks Durakov.
Holy shit, okay. How would you like to beat up this human man?
I think I just leap off the table and just kick him in the head.
Hell yeah, you're
For
gonna
the
do like a
first one.
drop kick on him?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just imagine like Durakov looking at Floss and it's like out of frame. Like
Oh,
here comes Tar kicking
here
him in
comes
the head.
Tar. Tar from the top rope with the drop kick.
It's a 28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That more than hits, bro.
Okay. So that is... Hold on, I need a calculator real quick.
Just oh, Durakov's dead.
No, yeah. That would be insane if you killed him, by the way.
Oh.
47 points of damage.
He doesn't look good. You jump off the table, just drop kick this guy. His head slams hard against the floor. Blood just like spews out of his mouth and ears.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to hit him again.
Okay.
And that is a 31.
Okay. How do you hit him here as he's like on the ground?
I grab his head and like pull it into my knee as it comes up.
The knee makes contact. You hear his neck cracking with every kick into his head. More blood spewing out of his mouth. His anger is just like weak desperation.
Do I need to roll for damage?
Yes, please.
Okay. So we got... Okay, that's a good roll so far. That's 57 points of damage.
He is dead.
No
Oh.
way.
Oh, bro.
How would you like to kill our friend Durakov?
Can we retcon
Wait,
that to where he turns
wait.
down?
You can
Hold
do
on.
non-lethal damage if you'd like. You could say
Hold
that you're
on,
doing
hold on.
non-lethal.
Where
No,
is
it's
it?
fine,
Where
you
is
can
it?
kill him.
The prestige ability.
You can kill him.
The prestige ability for unarmed. So since I would have brought him past 0 HP
shit,
with
you're right.
non-lethal, he's
just
knocked,
knocked
out for... Hold on, I gotta grab a D8.
Okay. Thank fucking God, honestly. We finally got Durakov back. He was like, Floss, I always considered you a friend.
He is knocked out
Okay.
for 8 hours.
Okay,
Oh.
so like I think you just like kick him in the head so hard, he goes skittering across the floor, and he is down for the count. Not dead, just knocked out. Also, this smoke
He's all the
is
way over
gonna be
there.
gone. Yes, he got knocked back by the impact
Okay.
because it's cool and awesome.
Mhm.
What if I just gave him the dead fucking condition? Okay. He's knocked out. Tar, is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Okay. Floss, that brings us to you. You are in fight for your life
Okay.
mode. 3 rounds to kill somebody
Does-
or get up.
Does fight for your life mode restrict anything of mine?
No, it does not. It is simply a reduction of health.
Okay. I'd like to do 2 things.
Hmm.
3 things actually. First one. I am going to use one of my cards. No, it's actually a thaumaturgy spell. I would like to use the spell Rope Trick, 2nd level, so it's 1 MP.
Fuck yes!
With my chain, my 20-foot chain, as it goes up.
Would you like to tell us what this looks like? Because I'm familiar with the spell, and I really like it.
I believe the chain starts to like magically like straighten itself upwards, and it keeps going up to 20 feet. And then at the very top of the chain, wait, no, it's actually invisible. So yeah, no. So to everyone else and to me, I guess technically speaking, the chain it just straightens itself upwards.
Yeah, it rattles and straightens out and hardens, and it is like going straight up, almost towards the ceiling, stopping at its end's length.
Yes, and that is 1 MP. Second thing I'd like to speak. I'm looking in Tar and Severance's general direction, and the only thing I'm going to say is, don't hurt them. They're good. Just. And she's like almost like stumbling over her words. As she uses her movement speed to climb up the rope, and as she's climbing up the rope.
Wait, so then
well, okay,
are
I'm waiting.
you? Sorry.
Hmm.
So then are you getting out of my, like,
Oh my
oh,
god.
moving away from me?
Yeah, I guess technically speaking, yeah, you can do. Do you have what's it called?
Yes, I have seeds of opportunity.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin your
I don't know.
thing, but
I don't know. I don't know what doing damage to me would do, but
It
you
would
can
knock
try.
you back to the
I was
floor
gonna have
again.
Severus just pull you back.
I mean, I'm able to resist that.
We can call it a grapple attack. It can be a contested brawn check.
Oh, great. Isn't status brawn like 30?
Can anyone hear me? Am I
No.
dead? This is hell.
About to be.
Okay. I rolled a 7 on my brawn, but I can do stuff to make it higher. I want to know what Severance's is first.
Lucas,
I rolled a 7 for brawn.
is your internet shitting right now? Yeah, no. Bro said my internet is shitting. Wait.
I love making the shittiest fucking rolls when it matters.
I love
And
the
then making the
subtle-
best.
I
How?
love the subtle foreshadowing of the
Yeah.
profile pictures of Severance taking a bite out of Flaws.
Dude, that was the best thing ever. I was like, oh no. Oh, Ra.
Hello.
I'll let her
Oh my god,
withdraw.
I'm free. I'm free!
Yay!
I was gonna
you're
have-
free!
Severance pull her back.
Well, hold on. You didn't even tell me what your contesting brawn roll was.
What?
Oh,
I didn't
roll
hear
the
that
brawn.
part.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I need you to
Yeah,
roll
no,
a
you're good.
brawn check, Severance. Floss you can up your roll. There's ways you can do that. I think you got a 7 though, right?
Yes.
Well, didn't you
So-
already use your action?
But yeah, I know.
Well,
but
I have a
have
seized
other things.
opportunity.
A wizard has many other
Oh.
ways to do things.
That is 23. Because I got an 18, I get a +1 to all my rolls, one of my arbor items, and then my brawn is +4.
Ref.
Ref, do something. Do something!
Like, it's actually crazy how much
So-
Floss has, yet how little Floss has. Like,
True.
she is-
True and real. Severance, you grab Floss by the leg and just drag her back down this chain.
Damn.
Does that, so that, how much movement speed would you say that I've spent?
I guess, how far did you get up?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking
Okay,
you.
how long is the
I
chain?
would
It's a
probably say
It's 20 foot.
Okay.
you
You
probably
have
got
to
like 5
move-
feet.
Yeah, you have to move at least
Well, I was
5
moving-
feet to be out of the radius. We'll call that 5.
okay. Am I just like I can't move anymore, or because like you pulled my leg is like and you pulled me down to the ground.
Like I pulled you back. I pulled you I grabbed you by the ankle, pulled you back in front of me. Like you're not fucking get away from me, bitch.
Am I able to move again, Austin?
Yeah,
with
you
the rest
still
of my
have
movement
15
speed?
feet of movement, right?
Yes.
I don't have 20 feet of movement. I have like 30.
Okay, you still have 25 feet of movement then.
So am I able to just climb the chain again?
Yeah.
If someone tries to get away from me again, do I do it again?
I don't
No,
know how many
you get
times.
one
It takes a
reaction.
reaction.
Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Because I actually
You
think
get
it'd be
one
really funny
reaction.
if we did this 6 times. As a
No,
reaction,
Yeah, it's a reaction.
this would be really funny.
No, it's
How
a
long is
it's
the iron chain though? Because I believe you have to get up to the top of it before you escape.
yeah, 20 foot, 20 foot.
Okay, so you just barely make it.
Yeah, and I guess what it looks like to everyone else is I'm climbing up to the top of this chain, and then I from the top down, I just kind of vanish. The chain is still there.
Okay.
I don't believe it's an action to hold on, let me see. Let me look. Hold on. The rope can be pulled up or pulled into the space, making the rope disappear from view outside the space. Would you consider pulling a rope an action or a bonus action?
For the sake of RP, I want it to be an action. I think that's cool because then that means like they can still come after you.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'm like actually fucked. But okay, I am nowhere, and there's a big chain.
Yeah, there's a big chain straightened out that goes up, and once Floss reached the top of it, they disappeared. I'm actually gonna go ahead and hide your token because of that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just 15 feet.
What?
Oh wait, never mind. I forget. I
Uh,
almost forgot how much feet you had.
That brings us to Claire. Claire, what would you like to do?
Okay. I think I'm gonna like also try to run towards Tar and Severance, and then kind of I try to talk to them, and then I say, "What are you doing? This isn't the way to do this. We need to talk this out."
Severance turns super, like, it's clear that it's almost like red with rage. You don't know what they did to me, and she tried to turn me in! I'm going to fucking kill her.
Claire just kind of is taken aback by Severance's rage and just doesn't really know what to say. I still have to do an action, right? Like,
Yeah, I would say though, Claire, if you want to talk to Floss, and this is just me, like refereeing as the DM to a new player here, I think you could climb up the rope or the chain, then use your action to pull it shut. That way you can talk to Floss. That's my thought.
Let me just check really quick.
Because I like that. I like that idea.
It can hold 8 medium or smaller creatures. Can be pulled up. Attacks and spells can't cross through the entrance in or out, but those inside can see out. So I can probably hear out as well.
Yeah, so you can hear
as see out. Yeah. But yeah, that is something that Claire can absolutely do.
I like that idea. But do what Claire would do, I guess.
Oh. I don't know. This is such a tough decision. Because I feel like Claire would want to help Severance, but at the same time, Claire doesn't want to just kill Floss either. It just doesn't feel, I guess, right. I don't know.
Conflicted by emotion.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go up the chain.
Fuck yeah. Claire, you climb up. Do you use your action to pull the chain?
Yes.
It goes up and into nothing. How does this work again, Cass? What does this nothing look like?
it doesn't specify what the extra dimensional space looks like.
Extra dimensional
So
space. Okay.
you can use it, and it doesn't describe the size either, but it can fit 8 people inside, and there is a 3 by 5 foot quote unquote window.
Okay. I know exactly what
centered
this
on
looks
the
like.
rope.
I like
Yeah.
this. Hey,
Think of like an
Cass,
attic. It's like
well,
an attic.
what is the safest place that Floss can imagine?
The safest place.
Mhm.
You know,
The McDonald's playground?
I cast don't really know that.
I think
If you wanna
it would be fun if it was her childhood home.
I don't really like.
Oh.
I don't think Floss holds a lot of solace for her childhood.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, I think it kind of looks like the inside of the van, if anything.
I like that. Okay. So I need to ask,
Hell yeah.
just for like ambiance purposes,
Yeah.
is combat over? Are they going to like? Are you guys gonna attack the Crow Network goons?
Severance
I
is
was-
not like
Sorry.
Severance's concern is like also with Floss saying like, oh, they're good, like don't hurt them. She's like, okay, they're probably not a part of this. Like
Okay.
whatever.
So
Like she doesn't hurt innocent people.
while
people that
Floss,
she
knows.
while
I
Floss and
guess.
Claire
I did it!
have,
No, not you.
while Floss and Claire have their RP, 2 of the Crow Network guys go over to Durakov, pick him
Oh,
up,
that's
and
what I was gonna do.
they go to leave, like forward out that door. Actually, no, they go through the explosion entrance. These 2 guys continue going past you, making hand signals at each other, like they're here to actually do something. And I think they leave if you allow them.
Trying to think.
Those 2 Crow Network guys are not making it past the Sunwitch guards.
I think Severance is just looking up to like where Claire and Floss disappeared right now. I'll let
Okay.
them have their moment before
Yes.
I do like maybe an RP moment.
Yeah,
Like,
okay,
that's
so,
happening like
while-
in the meantime.
While the guards and Durakov leave, and the other guards leave, we're actually gonna get a cool fucking moment, I think, actually, right?
Yeah.
Let me change the music, because obviously it's not combat in there, I'd hope.
All right. Where's this? Where's the new dimension?
Give me 1 second. Where's the new dimension?
Mm.
You wish you were that lucky.
Well, I just mean, on the table
well,
plop, you just pull them
what?
out to the
You
left.
know what this should be, actually? The ambiance I should use?
Oh my god.
Give me 1 moment.
Oh my god. The first time it's gonna be used.
Friendship box.
Give me 1 moment.
Friendship box.
How do I skip this shit? Alright. Claire,
Let me turn it down.
you pull up, and a mysterious hole leads you into the back of the van. You can see through like a window that would be the back of the van, looks down and out into the Crucible. You can see the front window just looks off into like space. And Floss is in here, and I think at this point, for RP's sake, Floss, you're still conscious. Don't worry about being fighting for your life mode. We'll just say you're wounded for the time being.
Well, you just want to put me at 1?
Yes, yeah, that's what we're gonna call this.
Okay. Let me become incapacitated.
Allow me to be incapacitated. I like
I
that you
think
guys are
that-
here. That's cool.
I think that Floss, like saying that it's like from when Claire first came up. Floss, like, can you draw like a little boundary box for this?
Yeah, let me see what I got.
You could do something really funny right now.
There you go.
Aw.
I think Floss immediately like kind of like skitters to the corner, or like she's like pushing herself like off the ground because I don't think she could stand up right now, but she's just kind of like pushes herself back here, like almost like I wouldn't say fearful or scared, but like cautiously.
Yeah.
Claire, what do you do?
Sorry.
Okay. So we're in here, right?
Yes, you're inside the
Um,
back of the van now.
I also kind of like slump in my seat a little bit, and I just kind of ask like, where are we?
I'm not entirely sure. It's more or less a magic trick. It's some pocket space. That's all I really
Yeah.
know. And she looks off to the side.
Um, hmm. I kind of just I just kind of bluntly say like, were you really gonna turn in Severance?
No, of course not. Okay, to set things straight, it's about the papers, yeah.
Yeah.
I found those in the casino with the gala details, right? And
Yeah.
obviously, I wasn't gonna let those be there. There was some India guard or something making them, like they were freshly made. Does Floss remember like what it said? That like because it's like wanted Severance, dead or alive, or alive actually. It was alive specifically, right?
Yes.
Did it ever give a reason?
No,
Like, did it ever give
didn't.
a for what?
Oh.
I don't know what it was for, but they wanted her, and obviously I couldn't just leave them there. But I didn't want to throw them away in case someone else found them. But we were really wrapped up in stuff at the time. It didn't feel right to, like, bother Severance with that, you know? Like, put that on her conscience, especially it being me. So I just kept them. And I guess, I don't know.
I feel like Claire would just like kind of pinch her temple and like look down, and you could have just told us that this whole time.
Yeah, but
Severance has been,
we were dealing with other stuff, and it wasn't important.
but now Severance wants to kill you. Her mind is clouded right now.
That sounds like her prerogative. If a piece of paper makes her want to kill me so bad, then I don't know.
I also had my suspicions about you, but it didn't feel right to just attack you.
Look, I'll admit, back at the what was it? What was the place that we found all the people in the crates?
The maw.
Back at the maw. The only reason I didn't want to save those people was because I was mad at Severance, and that's my fault. I'll admit that to you, not to Severance, but between me and you, I was being unreasonable.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not a good person, Claire, but I don't think that I'd hurt Severance like that, and it hurts me that she would hurt me like that.
Yeah. We've been traveling together this whole time. It just didn't feel right. I knew that there was more to this than just that. I think that we need to go back, and we need to try to talk to Severance about this.
I have things I need to do, and I don't want to. Frankly, I don't want to be around Severance right now. Obviously, if you could, and Floss like looks around at like the small pool of blood in the corner that she's sitting in.
I see.
I can send you out of here if you want.
I don't know where you're going, but I respect your choice. I think right now, if you were to put yourself in front of Severance again, things just wouldn't end well. I'll go back and I'll try to talk to them.
Floss like shuffles herself over to the middle window here, and waits for Claire. Basically, what Floss is gonna do is like drop the rope or drop the chain, I guess, like 2 feet, just for Claire to get out, and then
Okay.
pull it back up.
Before Claire leaves, she just kind of looks back at Floss and then gets out. She walks down or
And Floss
climbs down.
immediately like pulls the chain back up, like just like a quick like 1, 2, and then shuffles back in the corner. By the way, this lasts for an hour, Austin, without concentration.
Okay, cool. All right. Floss, I assume there's not much else that happens in here, right?
I'm just gonna wait out the hour. I'm gonna be on, or maybe not the whole hour, but like I'm sitting here for right now.
All right. I need to actually come out here. Give
But-
me one moment.
Sorry.
Holy shit, huh?
That felt like a movie.
Oh,
Bro,
oh.
last night was a movie for real.
I was literally thinking about that.
Fucking Snapchat.
Like, I feel like Severance, like, it makes sense for Severance, but I still
Oh,
feel
yeah.
bad.
No,
Like,
I'm
they're
not
just-
mad at you at all, Lucas. I'm Floss, and I'm not mad at Severance. Floss is mad at Severance.
I'm like, they're just
'Cause-
girls.
Floss made a mistake, and then because of that, Severance made a mistake.
Okay. Claire comes back down the chain, disappears into nothing. Severance and Tar. Before this happens, did anything happen between the two of you?
Severance. Okay. So I think Severance, before he's able to like climb up next, Claire climbs up it and like closes it. So she like goes to like go for it, like is reaching in the air, and I imagine she reaches into nothing, and then like kind of looks around, kind of like super angry. Before it like, and then she looks around, and everyone's like kind of gone except for Tar. And she just like presses her like the heels of her hands to her face. It like grits her bangs. It just like, and she just seems really like frustrated, but also on the verge of crying.
It's at this moment when Claire comes down.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm like getting some water right now.
You're chilling.
It's okay.
Wait, so wouldn't that mean if Floss only dropped the rope 2 feet for Claire to get down, she would drop? Because it's
You're
20.
right.
You said it was about 20 feet in the air.
Claire does a cool hero landing.
Yeah.
It's like 20 feet. Claire won't die.
It's like 21 Jump Street. Sorry.
Claire does like 3 backflips on her way down.
Oh my
Like,
god.
like
She does.
gravity.
She
I
does
like
the
that.
Black
gravity.
Widow landing.
Absolutely elegant
No,
landing too.
Just
I
elegant.
feel like Claire would kind of just like almost like
There's an
lightly
ethereal.
float down.
There's an ethereal Floss spirit that holds up a 10 card.
Yeah.
like-
Okay.
A little Flossling holds up a 10
Not
card.
the Flossling. God damn it.
Oh my sports.
Okay. Whenever I come down, I
You
turn
see
to.
Severance, like, wait. Would that
go
mean
ahead.
she would land on top of Severance? Because she's like standing directly for the channel.
Oh yeah, I guess she would
Yeah.
land. Well, because it's right it's right here is where the thing. And assuming that Severance was trying to
Severance was
grab
try-
at
yeah,
it,
I
it would
think-
be.
Yeah.
Claire lands on top of Severance.
I like. Do we fall because of this?
Yeah. There's a moment where you guys are like on top of each
Okay.
other. You have to like readjust and get back up.
I think
Okay.
Severus just like rolls over, but kind of puts herself on her like elbows and her knees. Just like she just like kind of yells into the ground a little bit. But you can see like, her shoulders are shaking. Like she seems very upset.
I feel like
I-
it's hard. Oh, go ahead.
Or no, I just like I feel like Claire would try to put a hand on her shoulder. Are you okay?
Severance looks over. You can see she's actually crying. Severance is like, she's just very emotional right now, and she is crying. It's not fair. Why does this have to keep happening to me? And she looks at the bracelet on her wrist. Are we able to? Or I guess she wouldn't care about that right now. And she Severus takes off the friendship bracelet and throws it.
It skitters across the stone floor.
Before she covers her face with her hands again. don't know why this keeps happening to me. I didn't want any of this.
Were you gonna do anything, Tar?
Oh, I was gonna basically do the same thing.
The same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Or your bracelet.
Oh no! Give
No.
like comfort Severance.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Sorry. I was like, damn.
Okay, I guess no one's my friend anymore.
I think Claire would go and go pick up the bracelet that Severance just threw, and she'd bring it back, but she wouldn't give it to her, and then she'd probably tell her everything that Flos told her. Like, basically try to explain that it was all just a big misunderstanding.
Just because, like, I want to see what the roleplay looks like when Severance receives that info, what that conversation looks like.
Yeah.
Give me that in character.
Roleplay now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crack the whip. Roleplay now.
Oh, wait, you're like eating the grapes off of the branch.
Yes. Yeah.
I think Claire would probably come back and with the bracelet in hand, and is Severance on the floor?
Yeah, she's like on her knees with her hand, like her face in her hands right now, like quietly kind of sobbing.
I sit on the floor beside her, and then I kind of turn and look at her and say, Severance, I talked with Floss, and she kind of sighs. I at one point had my doubts about her. I thought that she was trying to get you, but it seems that we were just so busy that she just couldn't tell us that she didn't want to make you worry about this wanted poster, right?
Severance, like, kind of wipes her face a bit. Isn't it important? If we're wanted, you're wanted by the MBO, so if we need anything, we can't go to them. Not like we would, but it's important information. Why? We sat on that train for hours. 9 hours, and if she was with us, she could have told us then. There's so many
That's the
times
thing.
when she could have just told me.
That's the part that I don't get. I don't know why she would do this. And she says that she knows she should have told you and that she regrets not saying anything, but I don't know. I'm just as upset with you are with this, but now we know that Loss wasn't trying to kill you or wasn't trying to turn you in.
Severance just like just seemingly like kind of processing it. And she kind of shakes her head. I don't know.
I'm not asking you to trust her or anything, but I'm just saying you don't need to kill her.
She kind of she's not like huffing or sighing, she just kind of breathes out her nose and just kind of stares at the ground in front of her before she kind of wipes her face again. I'm just confused.
She took me somewhere strange, and I don't know when she'll be coming back.
Floss, you are witnessing this entire conversation, by the way. I'm sure you know that, though.
And I think Claire just kind of gives Severance time to just sink in all the info, and She leaves a bracelet on the ground next to her, and then Claire gets up, and then I don't know, just I guess ponders.
Severance picks up the bracelet, but she doesn't put it back on. She just kind of puts it in her inventory right now. Before she like wipes her face again with like her sleeve, just to get any like last moisture, I guess, off her face, and gets up.
We should probably we're trying to find the celestial player, right? Or
Trying to find the archivist right now.
okay, so Claire says that we should probably get going.
Severance just like quietly nods.
Floss, do you stop them before they're gone?
No. Which way are they going though?
They're going.
I would
So
say Floss
Claire
actually
said
goes.
they were going after the Celestian Blade, and Severance said that they need to go see the Archivist. And they're going.
We said that in character?
Oh, I thought you did. Maybe you didn't. Never mind.
I thought you did.
I thought you did as well.
No, I didn't know Claire had asked that like in character. I thought Claire asked that in like out of character.
No, I asked that out of character, yeah.
Okay, well,
Oh,
never mind.
okay.
Oh, my
Well,
bad.
I mean, Floss can still see through the little window.
Yes, you
Which
can.
way they're
You see
going
them go that way.
once they leave. They go that way.
Mm.
Okay.
Tar, is there anything you do before you're gone? I know you've been kind of quiet here.
No, I was just gonna comfort Sev, but Claire already did that.
Okay. If you guys, the three of you, leave, we will catch up with you momentarily. Okay.
Okay.
I will say,
So I can go grab a soda now.
What?
So I can go grab a soda real quick.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming you three leave. Floss, you're still watching. You hear clunking of armor, gunshots. The door opens. You see these two Crow Network guys go running. One of them has the amulet in hand, and the other has the grimoire in hand. And behind them, guards are chasing. They kick over a barrel in front of the door. One of them like casts a spell on it, and it's being held in place. And they're looking around for you.
Floss rope tricks out. Like, I think like actually as she's climbing down the rope, she probably like falls to the ground. Like she can barely hold herself up, but she gets in like that like what is it called? You have like one knee on the ground and one foot over, like you're doing that I don't know how to describe it. Like you have one foot on the ground with a bent knee and then one knee on the ground, and you have like the rocket launcher over your shoulder.
Holy shit.
And I'm going to shout, "Get out of the way."
This guy like ducks, putting his back like up against the wall. This other guy does the same thing. They turn their heads to look at the door.
And I'd like to say, just as it bursts open,
Yeah, just as the barrel shatters, and a handful of guards go rocking in. Roll to hit.
okay, let me check the stat block for the magic rocket launcher.
Yeah.
For the purposes of just in case, because Floss would assume that Sunwitch guys are pretty good with magic. I'm using the no anti-magic bullshit version.
Fuck yeah.
So no holiness.
No holiness. Just
no
pure
holiness.
explosion.
Okay. So 1d8 is my first roll to see how many rockets I shoot.
Yeah.
Is this a d8? Or is this a d10? This is a d10. Where the fuck are my d8s? There's one. 3 rockets.
Just for rule of cool, don't roll damage. You kill all of them.
Okay. Okay.
Where do you go from here, Floss?
Hold on, wait. Let me subtract my rockets from.
I think after the explosion, the two Crow Network guys come running up to you. One hands you the amulet, the other hands you the grimoire. The one who hands you the grimoire says, "I believe you've lost this, ma'am."
Thank you. For the purposes of inventory sorting, I am going to, because I didn't realize until now, I dropped my steel baton at some point to carry the rocket launcher because I don't have enough weapon slots for that. The 1d8 steel baton that I was carrying around.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I don't
fuck-ass
have-
baton you picked up.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore. But or here, it's called the Altar Spear. Altar Spear. So I get my amulet, I bag that, and I get the grimoire. Awesome, finally. I'm gonna ask them. Are there any other guards coming this way?
They kind of look. Don't think so.
All right, you two can head out. I'm gonna go back in really quick.
They leave. One gives you a salute. The other, before they leave, looks at you and says, Durikov said you used to be part of us. I think you'd be one hell of a leader. It's a pleasure to have worked with you. And they run off before saluting you.
That almost that like nearly disgusts Floss, but anyways, we're going to
LMAO.
go. Do we have a thing for this or no? Because if no, then
we
I'm just
don't.
Okay.
But as you go this way, something is going to happen.
Okay.
I don't like the. Okay.
Okay, I guess. That's
I don't have a
fine.
token
Yeah.
here. We can use our imaginations, right?
The evil giant hellhound.
From Black Shadow, eyes of green peel out and off into smoke. An individual wearing a trimmed yellow suit jacket and pinstripe pants, that scarred face. Flos.
As soon as he says my name, I'm taking the amulet out of my bag and giving it to him.
Uh,
I don't want this on me anymore.
Okay, fair enough. I saw that whole shebang. I thought you might want this.
He tosses you this giant flask of health potion.
Look,
I was thinking, Austin, that I was pondering while I was in the rope trick, and like, damn it, I was gonna cast Create Undead, and then drop myself to Fight for Your Life mode,
Holy shit,
and
that's so good.
then use Life Transference or
Oh my God.
Vampiric Touch.
That's so
So I was gonna like farm health, but I was like, okay, I'll do this too, please, thank you.
Atreus says,
look, I know that wasn't exactly the keenest move, but I'm gonna need you to go with them.
Yeah, in a bit.
Not in a bit, Floss. I kind of need you working with everybody at the moment.
There's
Look,
one thing I have to do in here, and then I can.
what are you gonna do, kid?
What do you mean?
You said you got one thing you need to do in here. What are you
Yeah, to look
talking
for
about?
something. Okay, out of character, Austin. I was just gonna, like, I was gonna loot something. But if there's nothing in there, or like it doesn't matter. or we
I
don't
have
time or
nothing
whatever,
for you
I
to
can-
loot here.
That's fine. Okay, then never mind. I didn't say that.
Look, I know that. I mean, I saw that whole shebang. I've been keeping eyes on.
Oh, how much
you.
does the LP potion heal me?
Full.
Okay, thank you. I love. I'm big. I'm so big and full of health potion.
Look, I know this is difficult right now, so just from one friend to another to incentivize you a bit.
He hands you a small sack.
I open the small sack.
3,000 green ember.
I look at Atreus. I look at the sack of green ember, and I look back at Atreus, and then back at the sack of green ember, and I put it in my pocket.
Look, things are all kinds of scary right now. I'm gonna try to keep some eyes on you. Shit's getting a little weird back home.
Oh, and I cut him off slightly. Where's Nico right now? I know he's but like,
What do you mean?
like where I don't know. Did you guys like hold a funeral for him, or is he?
Once all this shit is over, I'm gonna hold a funeral for him.
Well,
Like next
yeah,
week.
we can talk. Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Floss doesn't have any ideas. Floss is definitely not thinking right now. Nothing going on. Definitely, absolutely.
All right. I mean, if you want to see his body, I've got it back at my bar. I know that's a bit of a trip for you, though.
Yeah, and you want me here anyways. I shake the sack of money.
Yeah, you gotta get that weapon. We gotta fight Noctis, and we gotta be smart about it.
All right. Floss is going to like start heading this way slowly, but like looking back at Atreus, like in case he wants to say anything.
I'm in your corner, kid. Don't forget that.
And Flash is going to walk through the
Hell
explosion hole.
yeah. All right.
Or actually, the explosion hole is more like here, but whatever.
Oh, you're going through the explosion hole?
I mean, well, actually, wait. Okay, what is this way?
That's a door. It's wherever they were
What?
headed.
No, whoa, hold on. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. A door?
Yeah.
No, but like I thought this was the exit and this was the exit, but this is just like
This
I mean,
goes downstairs to where the party is going. This goes outside.
let me look at something. Oh, fuck, I forgot. I barely have any like I need to get more spells. All right. I guess I head this way.
Sorry, I was tabbed out. Which way is this way? Okay. All right. Here's what happens. We exit the scene. Goodbye, fucked up scene. We'll never see you again. Delete.
Yeah,
It's
there's
gone.
a lot of stuff here. I'm still
Um,
here. Refresh. Oh, it's gone.
Okay. So, did I just delete the entire table plop? No. Okay, that would have been bad. All right. Tar and Severance and Claire, you guys are walking down this winding staircase, and then you guys all hear steps coming up from behind you in this long, fuck-ass winding staircase that goes down.
We're just going down
Wait,
the
sorry. Can you
staircase?
repeat that? I'm stupid.
Big, long, fuck-off, winding down staircase. Floss is slowly approaching from above, but you guys don't see her yet.
Well, so let's keep walking, I guess, if we don't see her.
You guys make it to a doorway which opens up into a small hall, which then opens up into a massive library. There are all sorts of scribes, hunters of a variety of cultures all around. Rows and rows of bookshelves that span up about 300 feet into the ceiling. There is, at the centermost point of this room, a half-circle desk with all sorts of like typewriters, and there's like a radio, and you see there is actually a husk individual who seems to be typing on these typewriters. I believe this is at the point where Floss catches up with you guys.
Floss looks at Tar and gives a little wave, and then just kind of like looks off. And she's like noticeably physically removing herself from the group. Like she's a good 10 feet to the right, but she's still like seems like she's here to do whatever you guys are here to do.
Mhm.
And she's specifically avoiding looking at Severance.
Yeah,
If
I think
that's
Severance is
noticeable.
also. I think Severance is also avoiding to look at her right now.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to post a photo of the husk in Faces We Know. You see on his chest, inscribed is the word Archimedes.
I guess I approach.
He looks down at you. His faceplate kind of like shimmers as he speaks. Welcome to the Crucible Library of Information. How may I be of assistance today?
We are here to get a celestial blade.
A celestial blade. You see, he looks down and types. Tick, 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 tick. Some paper. Ding. Picks up. He rips the paper off and hands it to you.
I read it.
Celestial weaponry. Row 4, column A, section 16.
Hmm.
Well,
Any other inquiries?
not at the moment.
He looks to your friends.
Is he just like staring at us?
Yes.
Yes.
No, not really.
Have a wonderful evening.
Is that what
I
time
kind
is
of
it?
glare. I glare
Is
at
it?
him.
Wait. Isn't it like 12:40 right now?
It is currently 11:30 p.m. at night.
Didn't we say that the heist was at midnight?
The heist was at 11, I believe.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
That works.
Well, time to head that way to the
Yeah.
celestial blade.
You guys head to these directions. It leads you to a bookshelf. You go to the section of that bookshelf, and you see in that section, 3 books. One with like a gilded title that is an approximate history of Alterheim and his beings. There is a second one that is called Celestial Warfare, and the third is some kind of biography of a Soul Reaver titled My Time at the Crucible.
Someone stares at these and like kind of blinks. And like she like takes a hand and rubs it down her face before I think she'll pick up the what was the second one again?
Celestial Warfare.
She'll pick up that one and start reading through it.
Reading through it, it appears that at some point in time before written history, there was some kind of war between the Altar and the Acheron. And this is a war that most people don't know about. And it is, more often than not, colloquially referred to as the Blood War. And the information that's been gleaned by scholars about this event comes from, like, generations of demons and Celestians both sharing stories about the event. There is little to no religious scripture that actually talks about this. It is a thing that is often hushed in whispers, rarely actually cataloged, if that makes sense. It is believed in these accounts, however, that there was a war that broke out over the throne of the Acheron to determine if it was the native demons, the mortals, or Alterheim and his creations that should rule over the Acheron, over the Hells. And there was a siege led by the god of war Tutmonkep that laid waste to the Acheron. And after this war, Finch, the god of nature, was implanted on the throne, becoming the new king of hell, essentially. And it's been that way for as long as anyone can remember. There is a list of tactics that were used during the Blood War, as well as the weapons. It would appear that Celestials used weapons known as Heaven Steel, blades that could pierce portals into other planes to fight the demons. And these weapons were very proficient in dealing with demons. Again, all this is information that not just any layman would know. It's the fact that we're here in the Crucible that you're learning this information at all.
Mm-hmm. So, she says this out loud, so we need to look into heavens instead of just a celestial weapon.
A Flos from another timeline has a heart attack and dies.
Plus, from another timeline, like sits straight up in her bed, like freaked out.
Yeah.
She doesn't say much else other than that. She closes this book and puts it back on the shelf before she makes her way back to the robot, unless someone else wants to read one of
Yeah, I will say there are 2 other books here. The first being, I believe, Alterheim and His Beings, and the second, unread, being A Soul Reaver's Time in the Crucible.
Trippin', or is Alterheim the name of my deity?
No, Alterheim is the god of
Alterheim.
creation.
Whoa, that'd be kind of crazy.
Okay,
But
my brain just slipped for a minute.
But the book would most likely bring up Altisios, any information about him. Because he is one of like his kids, like creations / whatever the fuck.
I think Tar's gonna read it after being informed about some of the gods by Rudy.
All right. Alterheim
Dude,
and
I'm
his beings. Congratulations, Tristan. You've unlocked the religion section of the Master Doc. You read
Penumbra
about...
Master Dog.
Did I say Penumbra Master Doc?
No.
He
Okay.
said the religion section of the doc.
Okay. Yeah, there's a quick summation of all of the gods. Save for Arcadia, whose page is missing. After the fact, it talks about celestial beings, which are actually called Celestians. Referring to a celestial as a Celestian is like what you're meant to do. With the Eladin is like a common misconception that people bring up. Often it was like a linguistic error from 1,000 years ago that happened. Celestians are servants of Alterheim, first and foremost. His warriors, his garrison, his protectors, originally created to guide mortals on their journey through life. But that didn't exactly always happen, especially now, where it's very rare to see a Celestian at all. The only time you'd ever see one is if you die and go to the altar. If you encounter a Celestian in, like, the mortal plane of Reliance, in the material plane, something is going very wrong. There's also fallen Celestians that are Celestians who have lost their way. Don't confuse these for demons. Demons have an entirely different origin. These are fallen Celestians, and they are often executed on sight by both Soul Reavers and other Celestians. Celestians in the Blood War, which is like in colons and like scratched through, I think, in this book, they wielded Heaven Steel, which is weapons crafted by Celestians to kill demons good, which is no longer around and nearly impossible to find. You do see mention of Celestians back in the day blessing mortals' weapons to have some of the same capabilities as Heaven Steel. And one passage mentions a pool that is in Sunwitch that was blessed by a Celestian for the Crucible to use to bless their weapons so they can amplify their monster hunting capabilities.
So there's one here in the Crucible?
There is one here somewhere in Sunwitch. It doesn't exactly say where.
Okay.
Wait, repeat that last sentence.
It says that there is a Celestian pool somewhere in Sunwitch, but it doesn't exactly say where.
Okay.
I kind of just point out that last sentence to everybody.
So we just need to find where the pool is.
Do you guys read the third book?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Claire,
I
this
will read
appears
it.
to be a diary. A Soul Reaver of Altistios, believe it or not, who dedicated his life to holy acts, and tried to, like, hunt monsters. That was something that was big for him, especially hunting witches. His family was, like, murdered by this lich guy. It was a real problem for him. He goes on about it occasionally and how much he misses his family. It's very, very sad. But eventually, at some point, he needed to kill a demon lord that had, like, breached through the Hex Ward and into Reliance proper. And he sought out a Celestian pool to strengthen his weapon to do so. And he actually writes down an old temple that is outside the north section of the city. He found it. And he mentions that it was very difficult to get into. And beside it, he has circled a passcode and, like, written arrows towards it. And it says, All-Seeing Eye.
And then you said it gives directions to this
He just, like,
location?
yeah, there's apparently, like, in his journal, there is an abandoned temple, like, outside the north section of the city.
Okay, hmm. I think I let the others know about that
Hell yeah.
part.
What do you guys do from here?
Oh! This could go good or so bad.
Let's hear it.
I kind of want to go to the pool. So we
Yeah.
can just test any weapon with it.
Just from DM to players, Councilman Raynor suggested, very much so, going to see whatever Noctis built here first.
Mm.
Put in a gif of me strangling myself. Okay.
Lumpus gif.
Okay. Oh, I want to say my plan, but I don't know if I really want to do it.
Okay. Also, do we need to end in 30?
In 30? No. No, we can go until 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay!
So my plan is I want to talk to Floss. Ask Floss to create that
Holy shit.
magic trick. Go in there and try and talk with my deity about all of this.
So are you asking Floss in character?
No. This is just something I kind of want to do, but I don't know if it'll go good or bad. Fuck it, I'll ask Floss in character.
Okay, you guys put the books away.
I actually want to hold all 3 of them.
Okay, you have all 3 books.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk over
Okay,
to
take-
Floss. I'm gonna
Oh,
be like,
go ahead.
hey, I know things have been really weird lately. Do you think you could do that magical disappearance thing for me that you did earlier?
You mean the rope? Yeah, I can.
Do-
Floss is actually gonna lean in a little bit closer. Next time we see Durakov, I want you to apologize to him.
That's why I knocked him out so I could.
Floss is going to get out her 20-foot chain that she has not been able to use because the force tame shit in Quester sucks.
True.
I agree with this, and we should change it.
I think
Put down the record.
literally the only thing you have to change is make it to where it can be people.
Agreed.
Because it's still specific enough requirements. Like, hold on, let me say, fucking below 6 LP, below my level, no larger than large, and then fail on an animal handling roll, which you can change that to persuasion or intimidation
I like
for
that.
people, and just make it people. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because and you don't have to make it they're permanently subservient to you, but like like you just like chain whip someone, and it's like fucking what's her name, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, guys, I think I need to meet a quester right now.
Anyways, I pull out the chain, and I just realized I don't know what my thaumaturgy spellcasting focus is.
Don't worry.
I guess just
we don't
me,
do that shit here.
'cause
It's fine.
I'm grass, so whatever. It's
I'm
fine
grass.
probably. The rope goes up, and I lost 1 MP.
Okay. Yeah. Is it the chain still? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't have a rope.
The chain tightens.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna look at Sev and I'm gonna look at Floss. Can you guys handle being close to each other for 5 minutes?
Floss looks at Severance, like
All of us are gonna
awaiting,
have to go up there.
awaiting in it. Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. And then immediately, as soon as he says that, looks back at Tar and is like, wait, why?
Wait, what?
Oh
What did Tar say?
shit! Floss wasn't there.
Wait, what did Tar say?
Tar said,
He
can
said
you
that
guys
we're all
stand
gonna
with
have to
me?
go up there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all going up there?
Well, that's what
Yes.
that's Floss is asking. Wait, why?
Yo, fuck you. Oh.
Okay, Tar doesn't know this. What Floss knows: Rudy is dead, Nico is dead.
Mm.
Doesn't know anything beyond that.
I
Does not know.
kinda-
Knows how Nico died. I know how Nico died. I do not know how Rudy died. and that is something that Floss isn't on her mind right now. But as soon as she remembers, she will definitely be asking questions about. Because like, hey, what the hell?
I kind of look around to see if anybody's listening.
Nobody listening to you. There's like hunters like talking and setting plans. There's students around studying. Like this is a very busy library.
Remember the teacups that kept appearing?
Mhm.
And I kind of point towards the name, because you said the last book was about Altisios, right?
Yeah, he mentioned it. He mentioned that he was a
Oh.
Soul Reaver of Altisios.
Does it have? Okay, so I'm gonna point to the name in the book without saying it, and then I close it and say,
Does Floss know who Altisios is?
You can roll a quick religion check for me, Floss.
Sure. Watch me get like a 25 on this because fuck
And
my
you know,
stupid
actually, no,
baka
his
life.
grandma and grandpa, actually. You know what? I have it in my iPhone right now.
That's my peepaw.
14.
14. You know of Altisios. That's the god of time.
he's the one that
Yeah.
blessed me with the power.
I could do something really funny right now.
You could.
Okay, out of-
You could do something really fucking funny right now.
Floss, not actually, but Floss could just go like, you mean Altisios? Like he did blank, and then just
Like,
fucking
loud
dies.
as
Yeah,
fuck.
Floss gets gibbed on the floor.
Oh, yes!
The crucible explodes.
Or Floss
And
could also
then-
go, nuh-uh. You're
Are you-
lying.
Okay. Floss will say though. Are you specifically not saying?
Yes. And he nods.
But why do we need to go up there?
I'm gonna see if I can do something.
You're gonna have to be a little bit more elaborative.
I'm gonna see if there's any way that he can get us on the spot blessed weapons or more knowledge of them.
Okay, Floss is gonna do something.
Doing your mom.
We're gonna kill you.
Oh.
Okay, what are you doing,
Uh,
Floss?
Okay. Floss like nods. She is going to say, for my safety, I'm going to revert to a how do I put this? Okay, so Floss is going to cast Magic Jar on herself,
What the fuck?
which essentially okay, your body falls into a catatonic state as your soul leaves it. This is kind of long, so just give me a second. And it enters the container being the Book of Undeath.
You're going
For
inside the
styles.
Book of Undeath?
Yeah, but so my soul inhabits the container. I'm aware of my surroundings as if I was in the container space. I can't move or use reactions. I'm able to project my soul up to 100 feet out of the container, either return to my living body or attempt to possess someone. I'm going to skip all the possession rules because I'm not doing that. If the container is destroyed or the spell ends, your soul immediately returns to your body. I can't be more than 100 feet away or I instantly die.
Oh my god.
But I'm not going to be 100 feet away.
Put
no.
Floss in the book and run.
Yeah, no. If your body is more than 100 feet away from you, or your body is dead when you attempt to return to it, you die. Just straight up. You just
Full
die.
stop.
If I... But yeah, basically, my soul is in the book, and my body, like, falls limp to the ground.
That's so cool.
But-
So,
I project myself from the book, though.
all right. Yeah. Floss is like, I have to revert to a state of, and then soul goes into the book, body just slumps over.
So yeah, I'd say it's kind of like if you imagine, like, a lamp, and then, like, a genie coming out of the lamp, like, it's kind of like that, except
This is
out
some
of the
Doctor
pages of
Strange
the
shit.
book. Anyways, yeah, green, and the book is on the ground, for anyone to
Okay.
pick up.
So I pick it up and put it on top of the other stacks of the books.
Okay.
And
Frost doesn't
I
just
tell,
she just doesn't want her corporeal body at risk of being instantly annihilated by Altisios.
True.
just
Okay,
in case anything
um,
happens.
I need to go to the bathroom. When we get back, I guess we'll pick up with Tar going into the trick room.
oh, everyone's coming with.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say I find the scene funny of when they're up there. It's just like if anyone comes by, there's just like Floss's catatonic vegetable body like
Holy
in the
shit.
middle of the library and nothing else.
Okay. I'll be
no, there-
right. I'll be right back.
Unless we don't pull the chain up. Then there's a
Well,
floating
also-
chain.
Hmm.
Floss, who just broke into the Crucible, is letting her body just like lay there in the Crucible library.
Oh yeah, I just realized if someone drags Floss's body away, then I just die.
Yeah. You're like, so
Oh.
can I do all that?
Well, actually,
Yeah.
no. It's until dispelled. So wait, hold on. If your body is more than 100 feet away from you. Oh wait, no. If the container is destroyed. So technically speaking, I won't actually die unless I try to return to my body. So I'll just be in the book. So if we come back out and my body's not there, I'm just in the book.
Oh.
I'm stuck in the book.
Poor-
I wonder if I can. Hold on, let me.
And then you can possess people.
Yeah, I
God.
can't move or use reactions. The only action you can take is to project your soul, or to I can possess people though, and it's really good possession.
Okay, I'm back. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so if my body gets drug away, by the way, I don't die. I only die if I try to return to my body and it's more than 100 feet away. I'm just stuck in the book.
Okay, that's so cool.
So if you have some fucking Sunwitch card, be like, that's her, and drag my vegetable body away, then I don't
Well,
die. But
Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna get this going. You guys.
oh, how
all-
much LP does that take from me, by the way?
Don't worry about it
It's okay.
for now.
It's a
For
sixth. It's a 6th level spell.
Holy shit, there'll be like a lot, but we're not gonna worry about it for the time being.
Okay.
You,
Wasn't it like 1d6 LP per level?
you go up into the van. You have Floss's soul in the grimoire. You have Claire. You have Severance. Do you
Yeah,
pull the chain up?
I do.
You're still in the back of Floss's van. The window outside is millions of stars in the night sky, and then there's a window that looks out into the library.
There's also a large, like a medium-sized pool of blood in the
That's
corner.
right. Yeah, there's a lot of blood here.
Alright.
Hypothetically speaking, because like the rope trick, whenever it ends, it expels everything.
Oh, okay, so
actually,
it's clean, actually.
Yeah, there's nothing. It resets every time.
Okay.
Or it expels all contents. No blood.
I'm gonna attempt to contact my patron.
All right. What would you like to say, Tar?
Now that we're in the zone, I'm gonna say Alticios. Alticios, right?
Yeah.
Alticios, I really need your help right now, and I gotta roll for that, right?
Nope,
Oh?
not this time.
What's
Oh shit!
The
what?
stars
Excuse me?
outside turn to be deep underneath the sea. In the middle of this van, Alticios, gray skin, scars, his makeshift armor, heavily breathing. He takes a gulp and looks around. He raises a hand. Sigils appear on the van's walls. Boom, boom, boom. You have me for about 30 minutes, Kagayama.
Severus
What do you
looks around
know?
awkwardly.
What do you know about celestial weapons?
Celestial weapons. There's a couple that come to mind. You need to be a bit more specific. Are we talking world-ending cannons or
More of one that'll kill a sire vampire.
Sire Vampire? You're looking for just one blessed by a Celestian.
Yeah. Do you have the power to do that right now? I know
Not
you said you
here.
didn't have a lot.
You would have to get a Celestian to bless the weapon themselves, or a Celestian pool of water that you could then dunk the weapon in, performing a ceremony of sorts that would bless the weapon. I don't have access to Celestians in this world. Back home, I could call them upon me like legions.
Do you have the power to get us to a well that's in Sunwich?
What, you just want me to teleport you to the nearest celestial pool?
I mean, not necessarily.
I don't know if teleporting you around
But-
is the best use of pinning a
And
target
Floss
on your
pipe
back.
Up. Is it fine, Tar, if Floss pipes up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know someone who would know where a celestial pool is. Like, I'd step in the right direction, maybe.
Are you in the book?
He's in the book. He can
Okay.
speak.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. So it's like
No, this is funny,
like Tara's holding the book, and it's like, oh, I'm a wisp that's coming. I'm people sized.
Oh,
I'm
you're-
people sized.
okay,
But like
hell yeah,
my
hell yeah.
yeah, I'm like it's like a genie ghost type shit.
You're
thing.
like astral projecting.
Sorta, yeah.
Oh!
But I'm coming out of the book.
Floss, it's so very good to see you. You know, there's
Who are you? I mean,
Sorry.
I know who you are, but
God of Time Altisios, but I'm not from this world. Back home, I'm actually friends with one of your kind, a different Floss.
what?
It's very complicated. There's a different version of you from where I come from that I'm very good friends with. It is a sight for sore eyes to see you here, Floss.
Floss is immediately just turned away, like deep in thought.
Sorry, what were you saying?
She snaps out of it briefly. Do you know anyone who would know where a pool is, like a step in the right direction?
I mean, you are in the Crucible. Asking around might be helpful. You could always ask the
Well-
council members.
The only problem with that is, they all kind of hate us.
Right. I mean,
Well, they don't hate one of us.
Floss
I-
looks at
I don't-
Severance.
I don't say that in character.
Okay, well, I
I'm
don't.
agree.
Floss doesn't know. Floss assumes that the Crucible is also after them, considering the they have magic and stuff, and like Floss could have only assumed that they got like that. Yeah.
I could try to figure out where the nearest one is if you'd like. I can take a peek and get back to you.
I will say probably someone's like pipes up. I guess I know someone I could ask to find the nearest one.
That's good. Actually, Severance, Altisios looks at you, and then he kind of raises a brow. Oh, that's new.
She like she like starts kind of like looking around like, what?
Do you feel any different, Severance?
I think it's because she like looks up and like puts a finger to her chin and like genuine thought of like, oh, I haven't thought about how I felt this whole time. Does Severus feel different?
I don't know. That's up to you, Lucas.
Well, DM. Well, I guess she would feel different. There has been a spoiler changes happening.
Yeah, I
behind
think there
the
is a passive ability that's existing right now, right?
Yes. I don't know how to describe that though. How
Okay.
she feels. Or like with the passive ability, I think that's up to you. But I guess she does feel different. I guess.
That would make sense. Like I said, Severance, your destiny is your own. I won't shove you one way or another. I would say asking around the locals here in the Crucible is your best bet for information. As far as Celestian weapons are concerned, you're not going to just find a Celestian to bless one for you. That pool is going to be your shot, your ticket.
She nods at that.
I would also say it's worth blessing all of your weapons. There's a small ceremony you can perform. He actually hands you a stick of incense.
Me or Tar?
You, Severance.
Okay, I'll take them.
Just light this, and the rest should come to you naturally, I'd assume.
Has anyone ever tried to bless themselves?
Bless themselves. I don't think I've ever seen it. Though the idea of a living Celestian weapon sounds terrifying.
Okay, hey Austin. Classic. Everyone stamp your fucking bingo cards. So what did he hand us, and what are like I wasn't listening.
It was
Incense.
a thing of incense.
Okay, but the incense is for like we light the incense and then we'll know
ceremony.
where the pool
Yeah,
is.
there's some
What
kind of ceremony you have to perform.
There's a ceremony when
Okay.
you bless the weapon.
Okay.
And then they're like, Service, he's like, you probably know what to do. And it's like, no, I don't.
And then Tar
No.
asked if someone could, like, bless themselves.
Yeah. Okay. This is actually in character because Floss is like deep in fucking like reflective thought right now.
I mean, like personal like mental problems.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
While I'm here, are there any other questions or anything I can help with?
What do you mean I'll know what to do next? Do we just like dip the weapon in after I light the incense? I don't really.
Like I said, I'm
No.
sure it will come to you.
Okay.
I look at Claire and ask Claire if there's anything that she needs.
Why did it spew out goo? That was fucked up.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. No, I think that's it. Thank you, Alticios. And remember.
sorry. This. Apologies if this question is mildly selfish, but this other Floss,
Yes.
what is she like?
She's quite quaint, really. A hero, a paragon of her time. She helped defeat Simon Wormwood. Well, rehabilitate him, and the threat known as the Sands that in your world has consumed nearly everything. She stands beside her friends, or did, Liam, Zephyr Maldenor, and Cassius, and they saved
Zephyr
the world.
rings a bell, I believe. Yeah.
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 I mean, she's had her ups and
Wait,
downs
wait.
as we all have. But she's
That's
a
all.
friend, to be certain.
Floss like immediately like turns back around, deep in thought. She's still like like coming out of the book, but
Glances at current flaws. I think Severance does like kind of glance at current flaws at that.
You know, I find it kind of funny that you're actually here, Floss. It seems in all realities
she turns
you
back
always
around.
take a step forward, stand up for the little guy. Something you can be proud of. That every version of you has at least a hinge of something heroic inside. You can be proud of that.
Floss looks to Tar like tugging the fucking tugging his gi. Like, Mom, can we go home?
I don't like this guy. I want to go home.
Not actually.
Yeah, I
but,
think Severance is like kind of giving him the like, when are we gonna be done look.
Is there anything
Okay.
else you need from me, Claire? We haven't spoken much.
Yeah, but I think I got what I needed from hearing everybody else. So I think I'm okay.
For what it's worth, Claire, he actually like grabs your hand, like comfortingly, not like grabs. I'm sorry about what happened between you and Natalia. It's a shame.
I take my hand back, and like I kind of give him a menacing glare.
the evil glare.
And then I look away.
Well, it's about time I get going, don't you think? I will return with Rudy in due time. He's not dead. They have him.
Do you think that with both the information of saying Alticios makes bad things happen and not like knowing that Rudy's gone, but not knowing why, that Floss could put two and two together? Because she doesn't know.
Yeah,
why
I think
Rudy...
so. I think so.
Okay.
Before he vanishes, I do want to say, Alticios, you know you can call upon me anytime you need help running from these variants. Things that called you variants.
I want to be able to call upon you to fight hordes of versions of myself. I don't think either of us are ready for that step.
Fair enough.
No offense to you.
Relationship-
You are a good
Relationship
little warrior.
boundaries.
He like ruffles the fur on your head.
No.
I know the fight you're fighting is terrifying, but the four of you must keep hope. You must keep fighting. You will see the end of this. And once it's done, I'll have another job for you.
Deal.
Goodbye, Kageyama. And then he turns to Severance and nods. Severance? I'll see you in time. And he winks at you.
The
And he
Severance
vanishes.
I
get the pun. I get the pun.
get the
Floss raises her hand. I know.
I get it!
Oh my god!
Severance, can we go play with toys and trucks?
Can we go draw?
Yeah.
I wanna draw.
Severance and Floss getting along just to play and draw.
Yeah.
Severance like pushes her into the sandbox, and Floss starts crying.
Oh my god.
This is canon, actually. I think that's just what just happened.
Okay.
Mommy.
Do you guys leave the van?
I would assume so, yeah.
The
Floss doesn't have a choice. She is in a book.
That's true. Yeah. You guys leave the van. You're back here in the library.
Is my body still there?
Yes.
Okay. Can I dispel magic jar?
Your soul goes back into your body.
Okay. I'm going to stand up.
back
and
your
take-
book.
Yeah, I'm going to take the book.
Yeah.
How much LP does that take? 66?
Yeah, we'll call that 6d6, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
No, that's not. It's fine.
In this
66.
library, a clock strikes midnight. 4 days
21.
left until the
Kill
gala.
the gala. Oh no.
Mm,
That'd be.
Well, it's time to go back to the guy.
yeah.
Or
Oh shit, you're gonna go back
Councilman
to
Raynor.
Are you,
Councilman Raynor.
yes.
are you saying this out loud?
I think the best person to give us directions to the pool would be the councilman again.
Floss turns to Severance. At first she her first instinct, like first brain neuron is like facing Severance, gonna say something. Second, she's like reluctant and like curls her finger back, and then third, she speaks up, although like less zealously than she was. Piping up. What councilman are you speaking of?
He is the owner of the Crucible, or he's
Eh.
the main leader of it. Sorry, be what I don't pay attention. Okay, what is it? What is it, Austin? I'm
He's just
sorry,
a member of the
I forgot.
council. There's a council that runs the Crucible, and he is one of the council members.
We hit the rewind button. That never happened. He's one of the council members for the Crucible. I've met him personally multiple occasions. I would prefer not to, but that's probably our
Slight problem with that. The Crucible kind of I'm wanted. You know the whole she waves the Book of Undeath around.
Well, I can go by myself if everyone is okay with that.
I will say
does
Tar
he
already
ever-
knows the location that you guys are going. It was, I think,
Oh,
actually,
he does?
or was it Claire?
Wait.
No, Tar does. 'cause
No, I
the-
think
Oh, it was
mine's with
me.
the,
Because I read the book.
it doesn't know
okay.
exactly where it is. It's just in Sunwich.
It's
Yeah, no.
north of the city in an abandoned temple, and you have a password that will get you inside.
Okay,
Okay.
I didn't know
That was
that those
Claire's
things
book.
were connected.
Yeah, that's Claire. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Then never mind. Forget that whole thing. Forget everything.
Okay.
I don't know why Alticios was then saying you can ask the locals.
Well, you asked him
if we
about
did
it.
have the.
He was trying to help out.
I didn't. Okay, so that we know where we're actually going. Smile?
I will say,
just-
as my DM to players, Councilman Raynor told you that Noctis was here in the city, and he built something, and it might be very important.
Lost does not know this. Also, what the? And I didn't know this until now. Noctis is in Sunwich.
He
I didn't know
was
Noctis
30
was in
years
it.
ago, and he built
Oh.
something.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I thought you meant currently.
I
as
thought you
of
meant
right
he was
now.
here now. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, the fuck.
He's about to get
Um,
in.
Were we
Okay.
told like what we would find there that would help
Uh,
us with our fight?
he said that Noctis asked if it was something that could withhold a lot of magic, could withhold a lot of damage, was far away and isolated from everyone. It sounded pretty damn scary and pretty damn important.
Okay, we can go there.
How far away? Okay, wait. Hold on. Floss doesn't even know where we're going. Let me. So where exactly are we going? I don't. Does Floss even know that Tar knows where we're going?
Because I thought
No,
our
it's Claire that
plan would
knows.
be that we would
Oh.
go to the temple, then go to the place wherever Noctis would be, because then we would have a weapon to defend ourselves this time.
Okay, yeah,
Does
but
that not make sense? DM?
I want to introduce Connor's character next session.
no, that makes sense.
Okay.
Floss both does not know about the Noctis thing and doesn't know where. Like, Floss knows that there's something in Sunwich, but like nobody said anything in character yet, so Floss is very confused.
Yeah, I was sorry. I was trying to figure out, like, out of character.
Why the
like,
fuck is
okay, well,
Austin
you know,
pushing
like,
this dumbass thing so hard?
No, for me, I was just like, why does it make sense for us to go do the other thing first and then go there? But okay, I get it now. Time to reveal this stuff in character. Well, that's all. Nothing you need to worry
As
about.
I mentioned Connor's character literally a minute ago.
Okay. Well, there is a place that Noctis had built here 30 years ago, is what Councilman Raynor had told me. Where
What is
it would
R?
be.
Sorry.
What?
In the number there.
Go ahead, Severance.
You never seen that number before?
Sorry. I've never seen R.
Never seen. Really high number.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Finish your sentence.
So it might be a good idea to look there first as well, just
do
for
you
more
know-
information.
Do you know where it's at exactly?
Did he tell me where it was? Oh yeah, I have to. Yes, did I take out the paper parchment that has information on it?
Yes.
Ow.
It is like a direct like address. It appears to be
Mhm.
some kind of like speakeasy secret entrance that's like in the city.
Okay, how far is this? Oh, you just said it in the city. Okay, never
yeah,
mind, I
like
don't-
it's not outside the city.
I have a really funny, like not slightly humorous but very useful grammarian idea that I'm trying to see if we need, but we don't right now. So never mind. Ignore me.
Okay.
So I guess we're going there first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
Omnipotent Presence keep telling me really, really loudly that we need to go there. Odysseus is in my fucking DMs right now telling me to go there. and that
Listen
he
here,
wants me.
Severance. I need you to go add Connor to the game. It's very important.
Severance, I'm watching your stream right now. Why
I'm
are you
watching
trying
your
not to laugh,
stream,
bruh?
and you need your OBS is fucked, my guy.
Till you can wear a bikini.
Whoa. He wouldn't do that.
Severance, I'm watching
Really?
your stream, bro. Why you trying not to laugh, bro? That's disrespectful as shit, bro.
Okay. Is there anything you guys do before we leave and wrap up for today?
Wait, what? Wait, we have an hour.
We have an hour, but that's the end of session, man.
I want to play D&D.
I want to play D&D too.
I want to play D&D.
I know.
Austin!
I understand.
What
I-
happened to an 8-hour Reliance session?
Well, shit was only prepared for what I had, bro.
I know. I just want to have a long session. At some
I want to have a
point.
long session at some point too. Trust. I know.
I want to play D&D.
Me three, guys. Me too.
Floss casts Magic War on Severance.
Listen, it's okay, because next week and like for the foreseeable future, we will have a Monday night session in Connor's game, and then we'll have my game Saturday nights.
I suppose.
And they're both in Ulrich, except we're in Sunwich for right now.
Yeah.
They're both at Ulrich, except not actually. Oh, okay. Floss would like to do something actually.
Okay. What would you like to do, Floss?
Okay. Only actually.
Oh, in a different timeline. That too.
I'm trying to think about how to go to a shop without not having disguise self.
There's a shop here in the library.
There's a shop here in the library that sells magic tarot cards.
Yes. The bookstores have tarot cards.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, sure. I leveled up actually.
Holy shit, you
and
have to buy them from the
I-
archivist. I like that. That's cool.
Okay, so I walked to Archimedes, I guess.
Yeah, Archimedes looks up to you. He says, "Inquiry. How may I assist?" And there's like a bunch of tarot decks on the table in front of him.
Okay, divination. I can only buy so I know that for the grimoire it's my adventure level, so that's why I have access to level 6 necromancy spells.
Mm-hmm.
But for my arcane wielder stuff, it's only
Wait, Tristan,
that
don't
level,
go.
right?
If we have to wrap up, we have to wrap up, and we can do shopping off screen. But there's something I need Tristan to see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay,
dinner's
then,
being
then we
pulled
can do
out right
shopping
now.
after. Yeah,
We'll do shopping
yeah.
after. Okay.
Lost
So-
by tarot cards. We'll mention what it is
Yes.
later.
Lost by tarot cards
Okay,
for our
okay.
spells. You guys leave, exiting the Crucible, heading through the streets of Sunwich. And then there's a scene that none of us see, that we, the audience, instead are allowed to see. There's a dark room, and in this dark room, there's a table with a map and circles. And we see Axis, that knight from the Crucible who jumped Flos. And out from the camera, we see the silhouette of the hips of this pirate attire in blue with a flintlock. If we're gonna go after them, we're gonna need more help. And then off from the right, a large Goliath-like figure in dark armor speaks. I fought this one before. He's nothing. And we cut to black. And I will play our new intro as our outro song.